Hi guys, this is Nikki, you also known as Face Trader, and you're watching the Awesome10X Market Update. This is November 13, 2020, Global Market Update. It's Friday. It's just inviting you for a free Friday class later on, 5:30 p.m. Philippine time, same place here on YouTube channel. So let's begin the Global Market Update. Very strong. Let me see. Wait, let me just close some tabs here. Very strong moves in my view in many names. Of course, last night the biggest move was happening for our Xpeng Motors. So 100% up in about a week. Is it? Isn't it? Is it a week or 7 days? 1, 2, 3, 4, something like, yeah, a week or less, something like that. So Xpeng Motors is a Awesome10X pick that is now 100% move. We will be willing to. I'd say that there will be some trimming for Xpeng Motors, but I view that this one would have a higher low, and we're gonna chart it out for you. Xpeng XPEV. So a lot of your Chinese electric vehicles have been following suit with Chinese Teslas. This is, in my view, an exaggerated move, so there will be some resistances on the way. Yesterday, the move was as high as the 1618 extension move, which is a Fibonacci. So here at about 46 to 45, or even as low as about 41, 42, you could be starting to trim if you, of course, bought here at about 33 to 31, sell some on the way up. Even if it can rally tonight, put a sell here at about 49. That said, those people who got in at about 21, just sell half. We want to hold on for the ride because the next higher move after the sell off here at about 44 is probably somewhere here at about 36. So it will still be a higher low. So in my view, this one will move something like this. All the way up. There will be some consolidation, some profit-taking zones there. If I'm lucky, it even goes to $60, right? But I won't stretch my luck. I think that here at about 45 to 49 can take profit half, just half. So if you've got like 100 shares, sell 50. If you've got 2,000 shares, sell 1,000. 100% up, take profit half. Then let it ride all the way, and let's try to see if we can bid and buy back whatever we sell at 45. Try to get back in at about 37 to 35. So we're gonna put that bid on Xpeng. Of course, with Xpeng, the people were also bullish on Li Auto. Li Auto also rose. However, take note that these moves have been rallying even if Li Auto hasn't announced their earnings yet. With Xpeng, we already know that their earnings are very good, and so that fundamental bullish bias on Xpeng just translated to a bullish bias on Li Auto. However, with Li Auto, even if this one was not covered by us, I do note that this, in my view, there will be some profit-taking zones. People would sell this Li Auto at about 31 to 35. And if the earnings really translates to good things, there will be another buyer here at about 28. It will be a higher low. So people who got in here will buy 40% higher or 50% higher at about, yeah, I think like they'll buy at about 30 below if it's really a positive number. Now, of course, your NEO, in my view, is very ripe for some profit taking. Very strong moves, but there is this very, very big gap. And so in my view, you cannot be too greedy. Trim some, just like we will trim some Xpeng, or if you have Li Auto, I think like if you have some NEO, try to sell some here. This big moves of 100% from about 25 to 48 to 50 is an exaggerated move. Try to sell and then pick it up somewhere below $40. So I think that there is a big move downward, and you don't want to be stuck. Well, you're not gonna be stuck because this is an all-time high. You are a happy winner. However, you do have to trim. In my view, so trimming is prudent in my view. Okay. So all the motors, we're happy with that, and because of that, let's take a look at some of your Chinese vehicles as well. I think that BYD company, this is being distributed after a move of about 80 to 200. 88. This was 88. Moved to about 200. This is already being profit taken from. I'd be happy to buy back at about 140, or let's say it doesn't really go down there. Let's say it's a 30% drop here at about 140, or sige, 160 is just about 30%, no? So let's see where it takes us, but I'll wait it out. So those who have BYD, in my view, take some profits out. 175 is different scenario. Even if this one is a flag, I think that this hasn't gone 100% up yet. So I'd view any flag formation for Geely Auto as a buy more. So any dips of Geely Auto between 21 all the way to 19, in my view, will be a flag consolidation with a breakout move somewhere at about December or November. So those who bought here, bought here, bought here, buy more again. Not yet selling your Geely Auto. Just keep it. So that's a hold. Now, people asking me what I think about Razer. We have it here. This one had some profit taking, of course, at 260. But in my view, this one will consolidate. If you haven't sold a single share of your Razer, put that selling mark at about 260. However, I think that this is going to consolidate for a nice, it's going to be something like this. The charts will move something like this. Then eventually around February or March, your esports tournaments come back. Well, it's never been gone. So there will be a lot of upgrades. And in my view, Razer will go to $3.95 come next year. So this was a free Friday class pick, Razer. Until today, I do think that if you don't want to sell, it's also okay. You just simply, if you don't want to do some profit taking, I'm also okay with that. Keep on buying as low as 220 below if you really want to buy more. And then hold on for the ride. There will be some volatility at 250 to 260 because of this resistance. Let me just show to you these resistances. You've got these resistance at 270. That was the prior resistance here. That was acting as a resistance again today, this year. So within the next 3 months, expect Razer to trade at about 220 to 270. Any dips near 220, you get to add more if you want to add more. And then any rallies near 270 above, you want to sell. So you could trade that choppiness and keep your shares at the bottom. Don't sell that. We're going to sell that all the way to about $4 next year. Razer is a hold. I'm going to share to you a few reopening themes that I'm taking a look at. So in my view, with the reopening play, Cafe de Coral is a fast food in Hong Kong, trading in Hong Kong. I think that this one is also a good move for the next year. So I think a repositioning play. This one can be bought here at about 17 to 16. So there's a symmetrical triangle move up. I haven't studied the fundamentals of Cafe de Coral. However, I do go there whenever I'm in China or whenever I'm in Hong Kong. So this one, in my view, is similar to a fast food retail, fast food play, like a quick service restaurants for all the American viewers out there. So with so much resistances, the first resistance is at 20 and 23. However, this one is a buying mode at 16 to 17. So first buy at 17 to 16, rally mode to 20 and 23, you get the sell there. So it's similar to the people who are trading restaurants. You can also see that if you're bullish on restaurants, you can also be bullish on coffee shops. We have been bullish on Starbucks, and it's evidenced with so many arrows like there. We have been buying some Starbucks ever since. But I do think that any drops of Starbucks back to about 88 will be a chance opportunity. That gap up on that COVID vaccine, these would be seen as a profit-taking mode. Any drops back to about 90 to 88 will be an opportunistic entry point, because in my view, Starbucks is going to go all-time highs next year. So let me read to you the news on Starbucks. Starbucks reported earnings yesterday that was the worst in the last 23 years. And in my view, if people will short-term sell it, I would view it as a chance to buy. So this bull run is continuing because the markets are seeing a coronavirus vaccine is imminent within the next 6 months. And that would actually make it a very favorite play. Starbucks is a Chinese-related growth play. And it will see a brighter fiscal year ahead of it for the next year. And the market is forward-looking. It will not think about the COVID this year. It will think about next year's results. So the COVID-19 recovery is accelerating. I'll read to you the Starbucks-related earnings. I saw that they lost money in the highest. Starbucks losses was like highest in the last 20 years. So here. That was June, but there was a recent news. Let me read it. Let me find it. Starbucks. Here's how to get the free drinks, including the holiday beverages, black peppermint mocha. How to order the toasted caramel brulee. That's not the news that I need. Starbucks, 23 years. Guys, did you know that if you bought a Starbucks latte last March 2020, you'll get free Starbucks for life. Just hold your Starbucks shares. Yep, that's how you make money in the market. Same for your Jollibees if you were buying them in the Philippines. Free chicken joy for life. Starbucks news, 23 years highest loss. I read it a few hours ago. I read it. Okay, I'll find it here because I always read here. Teka lang, guys. Alam. Where? Ta-da-dan! Where's that Starbucks? I saw it. I think it was a Motley Fool article that I read. Wait, Starbucks earnings call. To the investors relations. They reported recently their quarterly earnings transcript, what happened with Starbucks, company events, publications. So actually on October 29, the company actually lost a lot of money, but that is something that the market didn't care because of course, they're looking at the rebound for next year. So this was 2 weeks ago. CEO Kevin Johnson on Q4 results, earnings call transcript. We were actually buying Starbucks before earnings. So before the earnings pop, we were having we were buying it, and then even after this earnings pop, I would continue to still advocate buying Starbucks. So Starbucks top analyst earnings estimate for the fiscal fourth quarter, releasing a 2021 outlook. So 89 is now 93. See if you can buy more at 89 below. It would be okay. So the company reported that sales dropped about $6 billion. Coffee retail giant recovering from COVID pandemic. Global same-store sales shrunk 9%. Earnings per share 51 cents versus 31 cents expected. Net sales dropped. Number of transactions has fallen. Same-store sales dropped. Dunkin' Donuts reported a growth of 0.9%. Dunkin' Donuts is DNKN. Let's take a look at Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' brands, Coffee Play 2, all-time high because they were doing well. It's okay. So I'll bet for my Starbucks to go all-time high. So Starbucks, in my view, will go $20 higher from current levels of $90. So if you want an all-time high play, buy this, and then it's gonna go something like 110 to 120. So buy any price from $90 below, and any drop would be an advantage play for Starbucks. I see the same thing happening for those all-time high moves for your Nikes. Nike did well on their earnings front. It's a three-pronged play. You've got the direct-to-consumer, the e-commerce play. You've also got Nike at athleisure play, and of course, a reopening retail move. So you've got several reasons to own Nike. We do think that this one goes all-time high. And all the people who have Nike, just continue holding your Nike. Free rubber shoes for you. Just invest in Nike, and then you'll get free rubber shoes for life. Buy it at 100, buy it at 120. So some of you guys bought 67 with me, pandemic pricing. But even if you bought at the levels of 125, 125 all the way to 100. So I don't think actually that you will get $100, like fat chance. So I think like if you really want Nike, buy 1, 2, 3, and 110 if you get the chance, because yeah, you'll make some money here. Buy it 125 below all the way to this level. If you are barat, if you're a cheapskate, you try to bid here at about, what's this low? 120. Yeah, 120. You've got a lot of supports ever since, of course, that gap up move. So 120 and this level of 110. So buy more Nike shares, buy more. Buy more Nike, buy more Disney, buy more Starbucks. So you could see that I am bullish. I think that's gonna go all-time highs for these reopening themes, and I love these names. So I have some of them. I have my Disney. I would average up on this name. I think that the average up play is gonna be at about $129. Add more Disneys, get a free trip to Disneyland. There's more that we can discuss. Let me just see your questions first, and then I'll try to answer. What is the entry for Okta? Thank you. The thing about Okta is I never covered it, but if I wanted to buy it, I'll wait at about $90 below. So it's too high. I guess like yeah, I can't buy these levels. Software names too expensive for me. Price to sales 40 times. It's okay for me to not own Okta. Updated entry for Nano Dimension, FUV, and SBE. For Nano Dimension, I actually sold it last night. I think the earnings was bad, so pre-market hours, I already sold my Nano Dimension. We sold our Nano Dimension. We're clear. We're out of Nano Dimension. I guess I wouldn't buy it until below $3 again. So why did it plunge? It was an earnings-related report. I'll read it for you. But my answer with this is it's a sell at about 350 already. So sell it first. So Nano Dimension revenues came down well below the $1 million sales that market was looking at. I do think that this weakness will persist after that 150% rally already. So Nano Dimension, we have covered it at about $2.25. So here, we weren't able to buy it at $1.50. We were somewhere here. Sold some at 4.5, 4.5, and then recently on the drop of $3, 3.15, we bought back. It rallied to $4 again. Sold some again prior to earnings, and then during the earnings call, saw the bad earnings, so sold it all. No more Nano Dimension. Took it out. Zero exposure. With FUV Arcimoto, I have this continuing holding. I do think that this one at about 525 always was a great support. It could range. There will always be that seller at about $7 to $7.50. However, wait up. I think that for FUV, because I'm bullish on this company long term, I'd hold my half, even if it will range trade. So this one, I'm just holding on for the big move to about $20 someday in the future. So I have a very huge target for FUV. SBE charge point, I'm also very bullish on this. So even if I sold some at 17 and 18, recently it rallied to 17 and 18, sold some there. I still continue to hold my SBE. I've been buying 14 below. So this one, I'm just a keeper. I'll see whether I think I can make about 50 to 100 to 200%. So I think it's going to go $25 to $30. I'm just going to hold my SBEs. What about, so for those who don't have SBE, I think that the entry point would be, well, attractive point would be 14 below. Although, so you've seen that we have been buying ever since, and every drop at 14 below, we've been buying. If you are trying to buy and you don't have SBE, I don't know if you can get at 14 below, but try. If you don't, sorry, too late for you to buy, maybe. How about ARCT? I don't cover ARCT. What is this? Arcturus Therapeutics. Sorry, I don't have understanding on ARCT, so no comments because I don't know anything. Jumia and Pfizer, I don't like both of them. Will NEO continue to go up? I think $50 you sell. Is Geely a 10X name? Well, Geely, I think, is a $30 name. I don't see it going to $100 anytime soon. But at 19 to 20, I will continue to buy more. Ma'am, JP Morgan, thank you po. JP Morgan is a bank. They are okay, but I don't like it. It could rally very strongly because of that revalue reopening play. Do note that there will be some selling at 130. I would prefer to own your Nike, Disney, Starbucks rather than JP Morgan. Sell na po ba yung Funko? Funko, I'm actually bullish. So Funko, I'll be willing to buy again at about $6.50. So Funko, I've been buying ever since $6, $6 below, and sold some at $7. I still posted some selling at 8, although I think I'm going to cancel that 8. I think that I can sell it at about 10. So I'll modify my 8 selling to about 10, and I'll buy more Funko at about $6.50 all the way to $6. In my view, Funko will benefit the more Disneyland picks up next year. So because more of the families will actually buy toys for their children, the more movies on Avengers, all that marvelous movies, Scarlett Johansson's movie coming out next year. So I do think that Funko will benefit on that. So I'm more bullish on Funko. So I'm not a sell on Funko. I'm more of a bullish move on Funko. I think I'll make about 50% on Funko. So buy it at about $6.50 below. How about Palantir? Palantir, I sold PLTR 14, 15. Some of us actually sold further at 16, 17. So we sold that rally, sold it down. I think that I can get back Palantir 12 below. So Palantir had a bad earnings call last night. We used that bad earnings to sell Palantir. Sold half. Usually I don't sell all, even if it's a bad earnings play, because we bought somewhere here about 9 to 10. So I don't think Palantir is going to go down to $10. I don't think it will collapse at 10. However, I'm of the view that selling half is worth it. And then, so sell half. I'm a seller of Palantir. Quick insight about Hexo and other cannabis stocks. Hexo, I am of a bullish kind in 75 cents below, but I do think there will be a seller at about $1. So any price, 74 cents is okay, all the way to 60 if I have to. We have 60 cents, 59 cents. Added more, actually. We averaged up on Hexo at about 75 cents. Some of us who don't have some Hexo, we're still recommending to buy at 75 cents. I think that this cannabis play will sell at about 90 cents a dollar, or at least 120. So I'll trade this Hexo. I would hold on to it. For cannabis names, I am trading it. I'm not necessarily marrying it. But in terms of marriage material, GRWG is something that I've been marrying for quite a while now. Been bullish on Grow Generation since $12, ever since this great report. And then the hydroponics acquisitions here. But again, at $17.50. I'm willing to sell some at $24.30, but every drop below 20, I'll be willing to buy some Grow Generation. So Grow Generation, I'm more bullish. In terms of cannabis, I prefer Grow Generation, Green Thumb, True Leaf, Curaleaf, rather than the unprofitable names like an ACB or a Tilray. So with ACBs and Tilrays, it's a buy and sell move for me. With Hexos, it's a buy and sell move for me, even if Hexo could be break even next year. Green Thumb actually reported great numbers last night, and it confirms our bullishness why they have to be all-time highs. However, True Leaf, any dips 10% below would be an entry point. For those who don't have True Leaf, try to wait 10-20% lower. Green Thumb, also, I think I love it. So people might peak profit here at about 26, but I think that 22 below for Green Thumb is an opportunistic area to buy. So these are the cannabis names that we prefer. So we prefer Green Thumb, True Leaf, Curaleaf, CURA. These are all mostly in Canada. So I prefer buying Canadian cannabis names rather than the US specific names. Curaleaf also nearing all-time highs. So done. Let me see. How about Oxy? What is Oxy? Is it a Occidental Petroleum? This is not something that I cover. I don't cover Occidental Petroleum. So yeah, I don't have a bias. Personally, reopening picks, I do know that some people prefer buying like the super battered ones. So it's okay, but you have to be trading it. I'm not familiar with their fundamentals. I'm not too bullish on them. Personally, I'd prefer owning Nike, Starbucks, Disney's. But to be honest, I also have Miniso. So this IPO is something that I'm bullish on. We have been buying some Minisos. Miniso is a retail giant all over the world, 4,000 plus countries. 4,000 locations at about 70 to 80 countries already. So this one went to 24, back to 20. I think 19 to 20 is all an opportunity to buy. I do think this goes back to 24, 25, even goes 30 to $50. So, yep. Vuzi is a question mark for people. Okay, Vuzi, I think at 350 below is an entry point. Even at current levels of 370 could be bought, but there will be ranges here at about multiple tops of 450 to 5. So trade the ranges, but I think that this is a 10x move. So $2 is, I think, gonna go to about $7, $8 someday. So yeah, $1 to $10 move for Vuzi. Okay, guys, thank you very much. And I'd like to invite all of you later on, 5:30 p.m. See you later. We've got a free Friday class pick. And thank you very much and see you. Bye-bye. Do like the channel.